Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a series that I like to call This Week in Call of Duty. It's a series that I don't necessarily put out every single week, but when I do, it's generally covering some big news in regards to either the current Call of Duty, past Call of Duties, which today actually has some information on that, but also the future of Call of Duty. And that's going to be the predominant focus of this video, if you couldn't tell by the title and thumbnail. And generally speaking, I round up the news from an entire week, but as it so happens, all of the news that we're talking about today happened yesterday. So it's pretty fresh, pretty new. You may not have heard all of it, but it starts like this. First of all, we got a reveal for a reveal. It's Revealception today because we found out when we are going to be getting our first look at Black Ops Gulf War. And this comes from Insider Gaming, and Insider Gaming is very reputable. They get a lot of things right, especially in regards to Call of Duty. And they state that Call of Duty 2024 will be revealed in June prior to Xbox's showcase. So let's start out with that. Xbox's showcase is on June the 9th. And there are two things in regards to Call of Duty that are expected to be at that showcase. The first of which is something in regards to Xbox Game Pass. This is the subscription service. Think of it as a Netflix for video games. And since Microsoft has bought Call of Duty, there have been rumors spinning around that they were going to put all of the old Call of Duty games onto Game Pass, which would completely rejuvenate their player base because all of these new players would be able to hop on kind of for free, kind of not. Again, subscription service like Netflix, and be able to play. Now, if they were to say do this and add in cross-platform as well as stabilize their servers on some of these games would blow up and people would be playing these old Call of Duty games like no other. And really the best time to do that is summer, because it's kind of like we're getting towards the next Call of Duty game, but we're not there yet. So it would be a really good time for them to do this. And if on June 9th, they came forward and were like, hey, all of the Call of Duty games are now on Game Pass, they would first of all sell millions of Game Pass subscriptions, because believe it or not, they also work on PC. And on top of that, everyone would be playing these old Call of Duty games. I actually have my fingers crossed for that because I would really, really enjoy to go back and do a bunch of videos on those old games as people were hopping back onto them. I think that would be a lot of fun. But the other part of this news is that June the 9th isn't said to be the original reveal for Black Ops Gulf War. It is said that this reveal on June the 9th is going to be the first time we see gameplay, and they're going to show off the kind of campaign mission walkthrough. They won't be showing off multiplayer, and they won't be showing off zombies. That'll be happening later on, most likely in August. Now, the question I have from this is, does that make sense? And it kind of lining up with what we saw in previous games. Our big reveal for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War started on August the 12th. That is when we started to get the pawn takes pawn and everything like that. And then a week to two later is when we got the actual gameplay reveal and things like that in game. And that was more so for the campaign title reveal. So yes, it is a couple months earlier, but it is said that Black Ops Gulf War is going to be coming out earlier in October, and they want to start generating the hype around this, which makes a lot of sense. And then later in the summer, zombies as well as multiplayer, we would be getting information on that. So in June, specifically earlier than June 9th, is when we'd be getting our first look, probably a teaser, a title, maybe a 30-second trailer as to what the game will be. And then on June the 9th, we are going to be getting our first gameplay. That makes a lot of sense. Now, there's one other thing with this reveal. Based off of that article that Insider Gaming put out, they said that this reveal wasn't going to take place in Warzone. In the previous few years, all our reveals had to take place. There was an event inside Warzone. You went through, you played through the event, and at the very end of the event, you got a trailer for that next coming video game. That is how the reveals worked. Yes, Black Ops Cold War had pawn takes pawn. You completed that Easter egg. The event happened. Then we got the reveal. Apparently, this one for Gulf War is going to be more traditional. They are not going to be doing it inside of Warzone. Now, there may be some teasers leading up to that, which will happen before June the 9th, but the actual reveal won't be taking place in that manner, according to Insider Gaming. So unfortunately, it doesn't give us too much insight as to what we can expect from it. But if I was guessing, that first campaign mission is going to show off who our main characters are, what the general consensus of the story is going to be, who the bad guy is going to be. And I'll dive into that one a little bit later on in the video. Now, there's two other things that came out yesterday. The first of which is in regards to Modern Warfare 3. And it has to do with player count. So there was a rumor going around last week that the Modern Warfare 3 player count is higher than Modern Warfare 2's was at this time last year. And Forbes actually put out an article stating that this is actually the truth. And now that it's actually been published, it is the truth. And really, I'm not surprised, and a lot of people might be a little bit mad about that, but the way that they've kept up with Modern Warfare 3, updating the things that people have wanted, more multiplayer maps, more additions to Warzone, better stabilization and gameplay of Warzone, it makes sense that the player count is higher this year than last year. Now, just to play devil's advocate, that doesn't mean that Modern Warfare 3 is doing well in comparison to something like Modern Warfare 2019 or Black Ops Cold War. It means it's doing well in comparison to Modern Warfare 2. And if I'm being honest, I hated Modern Warfare 2. I really didn't play that game much at all. I think I only got to level like 100 and something, whereas in Modern Warfare 3 right now, I am 400 and something. So clearly, I like the game a lot more. Is it a perfect game? Absolutely not. Do I have gripes with it? Absolutely. Watch my complaint video from earlier this week. You will see exactly what I am talking about. Now, the other one has to do with Call of Duty Vanguard. Yes, we are going all the way back to Call of Duty Vanguard. Reportedly, someone who used to work there came out, talked to a reporter and said, Vanguard sold 30 million copies. Now, I didn't really know what to take away from that. First of all, 30 million copies is a lot of copies. At the same time, what is that for Call of Duty? I don't really know. It's been such a long time since they've actually put out numbers on what a high-selling Call of Duty game actually is. But just as a comparison, to me, when I've looked this up, and keep in mind these are old numbers, it seems that Call of Duty Black Ops 1 sold 32 million copies. The original Modern Warfare 3 sold 31 million copies. Modern Warfare 2019 also 31 million copies. So for Call of Duty Vanguard, a game that I really didn't enjoy, to come out and sell 30 million copies, one seems kind of unrealistic because I didn't know many people who were playing that game at the time. The campaign really sucked. I'm going to have a video on that one coming out in the next couple of months. But anyway, I didn't really enjoy that game. So to hear that that sold 30 million copies, it has to be kind of the Warzone effect. Like, people were buying the game to level up the weapons, to have them leveled up for Warzone. And I'd be curious to see what, for example, Black Ops Cold War sold, because that game I think did much better than Vanguard. But hey, I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't have those internal numbers. But needless to say, that number for Vanguard, 30 million copies, one seems really high. And is it true? I don't know. Again, it's just from someone that used to apparently work at Sledgehammer Games. So the big takeaways from this video is, number one, the reveal for Black Ops Gulf War, aka Call of Duty 2024, is a few months away. June 9th is when we'll actually be getting gameplay. And I would be guessing that weeks before that, we would be getting some sort of reveal event, trailer, teaser, whatever it may be. And from there, we will start to get more information. But before I end the video, I want to say one thing. I tweeted earlier this week this. If you want a better look at it, go check out my Twitter, link down in the description. And I think it is a big, big thing in regards to Black Ops Gulf War and what the story is going to be. There's going to be a video on that coming later this week. So make sure you're subscribed, have notifications on for that. But if you enjoy these kind of update news videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, turn notifications on, all of that kind of jazz. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, peace.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're made